Hey, welcome everybody. And I would just like to welcome you all to the message Stories of Hope. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us today. And today, what we'll be doing is we'll be moving through the different programs that we offer at the Message Trust. So you'll see many different people appearing on your screen, but they will be sharing, about the programs that we do offer. And so we'll be speaking to some of our staff, but then also to some of our beneficiaries. But to get things kicked off, I would really love to hand over to Tim Tucker, the Message CEO. Over to you, Tim.
Hi, everyone. Great to be with you. Thanks, Sean, for the introduction. Seeing as you didn't introduce yourself, I will introduce you. That was Sean, who's going to be hosting us for the rest of the session. It's really great to have you with us. And yeah, who would have thought, the past few months, every year when we get into the message new year, I always seek the Lord for a word for the year and a theme for the year. And our theme for this year was the word expectant. But I don't think anything that has happened this year was in our kind of radar of what we expected. But as you hear our presentations this afternoon, I think, actually God often has a new plan and new opportunities. And so our hearts have remained expectant for what he's doing. Our key verse for the year was from Hebrews 10, verse 30. It says this: "We do not belong to those who shrink back and are destroyed, but to those who have faith and are saved." And I think this has been a year where everyone's faith has been tested. But thankfully, we have an opportunity this afternoon to share with you stories of hope that demonstrate how our team have not shrunk back, but have continued to pursue what God's doing in faith. As I've been kind of reflecting on this brief introduction, I've been again reflecting on our values as the Message Trust, and reminded that actually, again, it's who we are as an organization, as a ministry, and as a ministry is of equal importance to what we do. We have four key values. The first one is community. And over the past few months, again, I've seen the value that we have of what we call being mates on mission, that we're together on mission. And inviting you as our partners to hear some of these stories again is saying that we're in this together. And I sense there's been a tremendous resilience amongst our staff, amongst our team, and amongst our partners and our beneficiaries this year, that we're not going to shrink back. We're going to keep on pressing on in faith. And I really want to commend, at the start of this gathering, commend the Message team this year who have exemplified our values during this time. And we remained a strong community. Our second value is local church. And over the past few months, we've had the blessing of coming alongside some of our key partner churches to stand with them in some of the toughest situations they've ever had to face, to continue to minister during this time. Our third value is innovation. And I guess that's been a core thing for us as we've had to seek the Lord about how we adapt the things that we do. Our core mission and that vision doesn't change, but we've had to innovate and adapt. And I think it's been critical for us. We haven't focused on the things we can't do, but we focused on the things that we can do and are consistent with our purpose and vision. Again, you'll hear some of that come through in the stories that we're going to share. And our fourth value is our favorite. It's passion. It's passionate people that change the world. And that passion, I want you to feel that passion, even through this kind of virtual medium. I pray that you feel the passion, that we are still expectant, that God is at work. And I think you'll see our commitment to these values coming through in the presentations this afternoon. And so we wanted to host this event today to really encourage you by what God is doing. Even in these difficult times, there are stories and signposts of hope. U2, one of my favorite bands, a singer, U2, Bono, sings in one of his songs. He says, "Shout into the darkness and we will squeeze out sparks of light." And we remain expectant that light will squeeze out in the darkness and restore hope to people across this city of Cape Town and beyond. So our prayer this afternoon is that these stories of hope will be sparks of light that give you incredible encouragement in what has been a dark and challenging time for many of us. But welcome to our first ever online Stories of Hope. And I pray that you will be inspired as you continue to listen. Back to you, Sean.
Thanks so much for that, Tim. And I want to echo what Tim has said. You know, we've really seen God's hand move through the organization, but also through our city, you know, over the last while through this pandemic. And you know, just as part of our commitment to being active in community, one of the values that Tim has shared, we are now going to hand over to Mkaluli Letsatsi, and he's live from our message hub in Nyanga. So over to you, MK.
Thank you so much, Sonny. Thank you so much, Sean. Greeting everyone. Welcome to Nyanga Hub. We are in a New Cross Road alongside our partnership with the New Cross Baptist Church. As you can see, the Message Hub have set up and built in 2019 with expansion plans taking place soon. Nyanga is known as one of the darkest places in Cape Town, often being called the murder capital of South Africa. But at the Message, we want to become the mission capital. We believe, and rather, we want to turn the bad stories into the good stories, and rather be the murder capital, and Nyanga become salvation capital, where young people have an opportunity for their life to be transformed by the love of Jesus. We have the desire to raise up transformational leaders. We want to bring hope to the lives of this community, especially to young people which have been impacted by crime, gangsterism, poverty. We often offer different programs. One of the programs that we offering to young people, it is a leadership program, a Grab a Towel, a servant leadership. We kind of look at how would it look like to be a servant leader in the 21st century. And then we do Bible studies. It's more like a kingdom lifestyle. And then we move to maths and numeracy, which is our after-school program, and computer literacy, whereby we invest in these young people's lives. And lastly, we've got our football discipleship, whereby we kind of journey with these young people. We incorporate that with a character development. We believe that these young people could raise up and become transformational leaders. They are being impacted on day-to-day basis in their lives in this community. Now I would like to hand over to one of the two young people who have been impacted by the hub, who themselves are bringing hope in this community. Come over to you quickly.
Greetings to everyone. My name is Tandile. My surname is Bechu. I'm staying in Cape Town in Nyanga. My life before Jesus, I was just a kid who was corrupt, who smoking drugs or enjoying sexual morality things. My life before the Nyanga Hub, I was just a kid who not listening to older people or older person. I would like to say, I would like to tell you about my story or about my life. I raised with a single parent. That is my mother. I love my mother. And I didn't know who am I. And I tried to figure out who am I. I didn't know my purpose in life. I asked myself, who am I? And I found my savior, that is Jesus. He is forgiving person and loving person, caring person. In Nyanga Hub, our coach it is Bukhululi Litsatsi and Kanti Petra. They teach us many things in leadership classes to love one another, to love one another, and we playing soccer with many things that we are doing in Young Hub. Now I know my purpose. Now I know my identity. I know who am I. Thanks.
Greetings to everyone. My name is Siana and my surname is Ngangani. I'm staying in Nyanga. My life before attending the hub, I was just a kid who had an ambition in soccer and fulfilling my dreams. I didn't know about Jesus. When I started attending the hub, I started to know more about Jesus and to find my identity because I didn't know nothing about Jesus. So here we are taught more about Jesus. Even though as soccer players, when we are taught about Jesus, we are like, they are just wasting our time. But I learned more about Jesus, and now I know about Jesus. Us as young people here in the hub, we are doing Bible studies, doing maths and English. So it's a school thing, but we like it here. We like it here, and thanks.
Now we've heard from these young people, Sianda and Tandile, and one of them now they're writing stories, a book in order to impact other young people. And Sianda has been journeying with 4 young people from the orphanage home. Thanks, Ashton.
Well, thanks so much for that, MK and team. It's amazing to see, just how young people themselves are now bringing, hope to the community. And this is the kind of ripple effect, that we are hoping to see in all the communities that we work within. But we are now going to be handing over to the Message Trust Enterprise and Development Center. And we're going to be handing over to MT Tlele, who is going to introduce us to a very special class of young people. And so over to you, MT. Hey guys, sorry about that. We seem to be having a technical difficulties right now with MT. But I think what we could do is possibly move on and then come back to MT at a later stage. So where we're going to hand over to now, another important element of what we do is post-prison. And what we want to do is obviously provide a healthy environment for young men to stay in, and to grow in. So I'm going to hand over to our Oaks Discipleship Home. They're going to give you a quick tour of the halfway home. And we were actually blessed to buy this home last year. So I'm just going to check if Marlon's available, and then we'll hand straight over to Marlon and come back to MT. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Sean. Thanks for handing over to me. It's great. Welcome to the Oaks family. I would like to show you and introduce you to our home. The only thing is it's raining outside, so I can't show you the outside of the house. Welcome to the home, and welcome to, this is my wife, Annalise.
Hi, everybody. Nice to have you at home with us.
So firstly, we've come into the space we call our lounge area, and in our lounge area is where everything happens. This is the center of our home here, actually, I think for the young men we've got staying here, we've got 4 young men staying here. The center of the home is actually the kitchen, a favorite place, especially when Annalise is cooking, which is not all the time, but everyone gets chances to do it, responsibilities. So in our home, this is where we do the devotions, and we do this, our family altar, every evening from 7:30 till 8:30. And we have our family altar we actually call family time, because this is where everybody got to get to speak and share about their day and understanding of scriptures. These are the bedrooms over here. This bedroom belongs to 2 of the young men that stays in here. That's Karel and Philip, who is currently living here. And Karel had made a commitment to serve the Lord not too long ago. And this is what we want to see. This is the purpose of the home. This is Wisdom's home, Wisdom's room. And in Wisdom is currently working at the Gangstock Cafe. And this is a communal bathroom where everybody gets together and they make use of the bathroom there, all the young people. And this is the kitchen. The place that I've been telling you is the center of the home currently. We have tasks just like any family. You'll see the names on here where everybody gets a turn to do the dishes. Everyone gets the chores in the house and is set out for what they need to do. Now, the purpose of the discipleship house is to disciple young men, especially the young men coming from incarceration that have come from many of them coming from disadvantaged families who aren't able to go back to their own homes again because of either problems in the community or the families aren't allowed to take them in at all. But here in the home, they get to see how me and Annalise, as a husband and wife, get to show them the picture of a godly family. Husband and wife that loves each other. The only time we raise our voices in the house is when we say, "Go Bokke!" and or South Africa. So this is the only time our voices get raised in the home. So we're always speaking to each other. There's no shouting or fighting. The love between husband and wife shows again, especially this last day of the month where we dedicated to women and trying to get rid of women abuse, etc., all those things. Also, what we have here is where we show what a priestly man and woman would do in the home, putting God first in the home, showing the importance of family. So when the guys leave, we hope to see guys who understand what it means to be a father, who understands what it means to be a husband, who understands what it means to be a priest in the house. We help them find their purpose and the steps that it takes to reaching their goals in here. The guys only live with us for 18 months, but in that time, we would like to see by the time they exit the home, that they are men that makes contributions to our society and through Christian principles and Christian values. This basically is what the Halfway House is about. And welcome again. You guys are welcome. Anytime you want to pop in and have a look get a tour, feel free to just knock at our door right next to the Gangstock Cafe in Mowbray. Thank you very much. God bless everyone. Sean, it's all back to you.
Thanks so much, Marlon. That was brilliant. I hope that you guys, that you were blessed by everything that you saw in that home. Marlon and Annalise are doing an amazing job there. And then one of the beneficiaries of the home, his name is Wisdom. Marlon did show you his room there. And we're going to head over to him and just speak to Wisdom. So Wisdom, this is over to you, my friend.
Yeah, afternoon, everyone. 1 second. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Brother Sean.
So Wisdom, how long have you been living in the home for?
I think it's been about 5 months now. Yeah, it's been.
And what's it like? What's it like living in a home like our discipleship home?
It's always good. It's always been awesome. A lot of lessons to learn, especially from the family side of things, because as mentioned to us prior to moving in, that the main focus would be for us to grow closer with God and just develop some family characteristics, like how to be a father figure and also govern your house, you know, like a priest, and just cultivate a knowledge of God in your youngsters. Yeah.
Wisdom, can you quickly tell us what impact the Message and Gangstock Cafe have had on your life?
From the message side, I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to send me to the Ground Up Academy course as a barista, you know, just getting a hard skill that I can earn a living with. And I'm thankful to Gangster because there's a lot of lessons to be learned behind the counter. And it's not always easy managing the pressure and all that. But looking forward, I think I can grow to being a very competitive barista and getting to competitions and stuff. Engaging customers is always one of the most exciting things and joyful sides of it. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Wisdom.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Back to you, Sean.
Oh, thanks so much for that, Dane. And that was great that we got to see, you know, Wisdom in his habitat. Yeah, he really, really loves serving coffees, and he's just doing such a great job with that. And so we heard of, or from MK earlier on Kululi at the Nyanga Hub, but we are so excited, you know, to be handing over to our newest hub, which is in Parkwood. And the guy that's in charge there, that heads it up, his name is Clint. So he's actually in office with me at the moment because of all the gang violence that is happening in the Parkwood area. We obviously couldn't be there today, but we would love to hear from you, Clint. So over to you, my friend.
Hi, good morning, guys. So my name is Clint. I'm the coordinator for the Message Hub in Parkwood. So young people in Parkwood, they're desperate for hope. It's one of the areas that Cape Town, which is heavily plagued by crime and gangsterism. Hence why myself and Gilead is in the office. We're not able to do the interviews live from there because of shootings that are happening in the community and even on the church's doorstep. So the number of murders at the moment and gang activity has grown alarmingly since lockdown has ended. So we have partnered here with Reconciliation Ministries to bring hope of Jesus to this community. Young people who grew up here often don't have the opportunity even to be introduced to the gospel. So we've created platforms which we can reach them. And one of the platforms is genetic sessions. And so I'm going to hand over to Gilead. He'll tell you more about that.
Hi everyone, my name is Gilead and I'm a part of a band called Kinetic IV. After running a tour in Parkwood, part of Kinetic Sessions, a creative arts program where we engage with young people. Spending time with the young people, we are able to keep them off the streets, but we also have an opportunity to mentor them and share the gospel of Jesus Christ. After 3 months of strict lockdown, we went back into the community and we just had snacks with the young people there and just checked up on how they were doing. So we are hoping to start genetic sessions as soon as possible in Parkwood when the time is right and when it's appropriate. For a lot of these young people, there is almost no hope. So we are just showing them that this isn't actually true. Another way our creative mission team is engaging with young people during this time is through Higher Live, where our performers have recorded videos of encouragement and hope, which are going to be shared on social media platforms and directly to youth pastors who will be sharing it to the youth groups via WhatsApp. Back to you, Sean.
Okay, thank you so much, Gilead. I thought that was such a great job. And I love, you know, that we get to see exactly what is happening throughout our city. It's so sad to hear about the gang violence, you know, in the Parkwood area. But we really are, trying to create a platform for young people to really flourish amidst those circumstances, But we've got MT back. I'm very excited for this. So I'm going to hand over to him now, and he'll be speaking a bit more into the Message Trust Enterprise and Development. And you will be meeting, some of the beneficiaries that are there, very special young men. So over to you, MT.
Hi guys, can you hear me? The host is okay. Hi. So my name is Teteleli, and then so I'm a leader for the integration program. We train guys in employment. We train guys we prepare guys to be job ready. Because we've come to understand that it's one thing to have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. It's also one thing to have an opportunity and don't have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. So we are kind of like preparing for the guys for an opportunity that may come, so that when they are finding job opportunities, they can be able to be employed. Since some of the guys that we're working with, they are coming from an environment where there are no employment or basic skills that are involved. So we take them from basic work ethics to understand their life stories and what it is that they are bringing in a work environment. So with me, I've got one of our participants, which is Philip. So he'll just introduce himself quickly.
Good afternoon, my name is Philip Oosthuizen. I'm 28 years old. I come from Kraaifontein originally. I'm also currently staying in the halfway house here in the Oaks. I'm in the reintegration class with 5 other students, and yeah, I learned quite a lot since I started the class, from what I'm doing wrong in what I did wrong in my life, what I can do to fix it, and to stay on the great path, and also come closer spiritually with God, our Creator.
So yes, so because of our program that we are doing, it is key in terms of life, not only life like for the guys to find employment, but our principle is always Christ-based. So our foundation actually is always on the word of Jesus Christ. So these guys, they lead a path of righteousness before they can live a path to find work and be economically free. So yes, that is us on the Message Enterprise program. Yeah, and the guys that you're working with are very interesting guys, because they've got different talents, and they are bringing a variety of skills that they have learned throughout their journey. They've got different backgrounds. So just for us, it's for these guys to find an opportunity and work. But before they can find work, will they be able to keep their work? So that is our program, that what you are addressing in our program. So with all that being said and done, so we love you guys. We are looking forward to work with you in the future. Thank you. Bye. Over to you, Sean.
Thanks so much for that, MT. Yeah, I'm very, very excited, whenever we see young lives that are being transformed. And part of that process, once the guys come through this reintegration program, the Gangstar Cafe, and they've gone through some training with the barista course, the Gangstar Cafe is how we provide employment. That's the social justice arm, if you want to call it, social enterprise arm of the Message Trust. We normally get guys employed, through the Gangstar cafes that we have across Cape Town. So without further ado, we are going to head over to our Gangstar Cafe in Durbanville, where you will be speaking to an amazing young gentleman named Thembi Nkosi. So over to you, Thembi Nkosi.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Devonville Gangster Cafe. We love serving hope in the community in the northern suburbs. So come on in so we can meet our colleague Shepherd. And he is Shepherd.
Hello, guys. We are glad to be here to share with you what are we doing. I'm sorry about that. We are so glad to be here with you today to share with you what we are busy doing in Devonville. We are, as my brother has said, that we serve coffee this side, but not only coffee, but we get the opportunity also to share our amazing stories of transformation, how God has delivered us, and how we have received this opportunity just to be the light. We are a lampstand in this side of the northern suburbs. We have shared our stories and we have seen the response to the people around the northern suburbs, how they appreciate the work that the Lord has begun in our lives, sharing the stories of hope. And we have seen people touched, and mostly the people around, the colleagues, they appreciate the work that we are doing this side. And we just want to be grateful to God and to what Gangster Enterprise is busy doing to us as the guys who have been inside the prison and we receive another chance to come out and to serve and to work as well, also to be able to provide a living for our families. And we are so grateful to that. And yes, we have heard the story of there's an amazing lady who comes regular to us here because she was touched by the story, and she created cake for us just for free to say she encourages us and she motivates us to carry on with this journey of serving and also sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Jesus has been our hope and giving us with the hope of glory, and we should spread that glory and the message of hope, especially in this side of the northern suburbs. We are so grateful for this privilege. And yes, thank you so much. And back to you, my brother Sean.
Oh, brilliant. So thank you so much for that, Shepherd Barney. What a great individual. I always say this, when you come to one of the Gangstar cafes, you leave with more than just a coffee experience. You actually leave with a life-changing experience. And we are very, very proud, of all our baristas across Cape Town, both in Durbanville and here in Mowbray. And, all good things come to an end, and we actually have come to the end of today's Stories of Hope. But we want to thank you all, all the viewers. We want to thank everybody that is supporters of what we do at The Message in South Africa. And we just want to thank you, just a big thank you from our side. And if you want to know how to further get involved with us, you can head over to themessage.org.za. Should you wish to pray with us, should you wish to serve us in any which way, you can head over to the website, and that will prompt you exactly on how to do so. But again, a big, big, big thank you from all of us. And we were so grateful that we could spend this time with you. So I'm going to close in prayer for us. And then, I can just trust that God is going to bless you on your day further. I do hope that you were completely blessed by everything that happened here today. So Father, thank you. Thank you for our time together. We want to thank you, just for every, person who supports us in whichever way. And we want to ask, Lord Jesus Christ, that you would just have your way in their lives, that you will continue to bless them, as they bless this work that you are busy doing within the city of Cape Town. And Father, we just pray that you will protect each and every one of us, no matter where we find ourselves right now, that we will just be so protected and loved by you. And Lord, we just want to pray that we're keeping warm if we are in this wet and cold weather. And Father, we just want to continue to trust you for provision in every area of our lives. We trust that you will do so in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. So again, guys, thanks so much for being with us. And we trust that you were blessed by everything that you heard today. And we love you completely. Thank you for all you do and for working and coming alongside us at The Message Trust. Bye now.